What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about two different meme coins today. We're going to be going over COLANA for Celos and BONK for Sabir. Without any further ado, let's get into this. This thing is very new. On a weekly perspective, it's only 4 weeks old, so that's useless. This daily perspective is also very new. It's virtually useless, but you are finding a little bit of support on the 0.5. You probably do go lower. I would expect you at least see the 0.07 cent area. Previous areas of resistance here, 618 golden retracement. You could find support there. That would make sense to me. But with this much volume coming in at your highs, and I say this much volume, like it's really not that much volume, right? Like this is 1.36 million on what would have been at the highest 3 cents. Like it's not that much volume relative to this chart, which is very new. It is, but seeing this kind of reading at the high is not necessarily friendly, but I would think that you form a higher low nonetheless. Let's see how much you've dropped already. 73%. I mean, you could go lower than this low. You could come all the way back down to 0.0035, maybe even 0.0028. You could, but nonetheless, I think you are going lower. I would expect that you find some support right here. But again, TA on something like this, it might not be as effective, you know. So regardless, lower. I do think you're going lower. Descending highs, flat base, looking like you're breaking it now. You're probably going to start going lower rather immediately. Is it good for a long-term buy? Maybe. You know, if you want to mess around with a meme coin, maybe this is the next big one. Who knows? Celos is on a heater with coins that like to explode, so maybe this one does do well. But that's all I have to say about it. Is I very much do think it goes lower from here. You're at about 92% of a penny. You're probably going to go to about 70 to 60% of a penny over the coming days. Maybe even tomorrow. But that's that. Let's talk about BONK. Bonkity bonk bonk. Looking at BONK on a weekly basis, it's been around a little bit longer. Still, this chart isn't really as helpful because all we have really to measure is this low to high, maybe even the high to low. Let's see. Hit your 200 area. That's not really that common. It's kind of weird. You are finding support right at your 1618, which is also your 236 area. Again, you have this look where you're just doing a flat base and descending highs. It's not a friendly look. You look like you're breaking it now. You probably do go lower. I would expect your minimum target would be 503827. Looking like you want to go lower for sure. You've been stagnant for a little while, not that exciting, as most cryptos kind of have been. Most, not all. There are some that have been exciting. But you're probably going to get a little bit more exciting in the more immediate terms, as in like exciting to the downside. You're holding this area of support right here, which used to be this area of support. Once that gives, your next kind of significant price area is at least at the 5047, 5048 area, and you probably go down to the 382, 5038, just a little bit below that. And I would expect with something like BONK, with how miraculous its move was, look at the daily RSI, it's bearish as hell too. I wouldn't be surprised at a 90% pullback overall. That's 88% there, 90% is there, so probably right around 5003, 5031 is where you're going to go. Over time, I don't think you're going to just drop ass and go straight down there. You know, maybe you have a day or two where it is kind of bad, and then it's kind of bad, and then you pull back, and then you like kind of like do some more of this stuff, and then you know like you just whatever, like it'll probably take its time, but you will have phases where you drop 20% in a day. That's coming. You're probably going to see some pretty significant drops soon, just not right now. I mean, maybe today, but very soon, very, very, very soon. And nonetheless, I think you're going to go ultimately down to that 503 area. 5038 is the minimum target, but probably 5030 is where you're going to go. 90% drop from the high. Which from here, from the current price, that's not the current price, that's the current price. That would be about a 70% drop, 69.4% drop. So, yeah, lower. Deep extensions down there, I don't know. 3618 lines up with that 97 or that 90% area. Yeah. What else lines up down there, actually? I don't think anything on the macro scale. Yeah, nothing. Could you move lower than that? Sure. I don't really. You could. I know I've been saying 503 is like the low area to expect. This is like the minimum target, but you could go all the way to 502. You could go all the way to 501, man. But that's kind of like the minimum expectation that I would have. Previous areas of resistance there, turn it into support. It makes sense to me. But I'm not so convinced that you go down there. You could, but I'm not so convinced that you do. Which that would be like a 90+% drop from the current price, let alone from the all-time high. So nonetheless, down. It's not going to take a day. It's going to take months. Look for the second half of this year to provide upside, probably. Months of downside. There will be times where it moves up, but every single high, every single pump that you get from here is just going to get sold into. That's until you reach significantly lower prices. And that's all I got for you guys. So if you liked the video, hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more. Thank you all for coming. Seriously, hit that like button. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.